on in, everyone. Come on in because we are back to review King's Court. I think we're on episode 6, y'all, because we are picking up where we opened up the episode with Janae whining because Carlos said, I want to spend more time with my perfect match. That matchmaker came in there and told these men, we have found your perfect match. I have an 86% success rate. Well, I guess her success rate is going to decline after this because ain't none of these people a match for these people. It ain't a match. Jennifer is supposed to be the perfect match for Carlos just because what? They go to the same church? Girl, why would Jennifer, a young hot thing like she is, want to date Carlos Boozer, a washed up basketball player with love handles and 2 times divorced with kids that are probably darn near the age of Jennifer? I don't know. I don't call it a match, not at all. So I really don't even know why Janae is scared because technically, honestly, I think Jennifer preferred to go on over there with Tyson. That's his name, the one walking around with a list. But it was a little interesting. It was a little interesting conversation at the pool party because Thaddius revealed to the young ladies that he ain't having no more babies. He already had a vasectomy. He can't have no more kids. He don't want no more kids. And that was when the trauma closet opened up with Tari. I know y'all get sick of me talking about go get therapy, go get therapy. I know a lot of y'all get sick about me telling you that your past history comes out in your conversations when dating and it affects your dating. And a lot of people believe me, but a lot of people think I talk about it too much. Well, I don't even have to bring up the subject this time because guess what? The subject came up in the episode and Thaddius realized right away that Tari got some trauma. She sure does. You know, she started talking about Thaddius, talking about you so handsome. Why would you get a vasectomy and cheat the world from all your great genes? And Thaddeus was, girl, don't be assuming you know why I decided to do something. He said, first of all, I had a bad divorce. And what I did know is I didn't want to create a lot of a broken home, a baby over here, baby over there. He said he didn't want to do it. And then what he also revealed was that his own upbringing was a train wreck because he didn't have a very intact family and he didn't want no parts of that for no other children in which he fathered those children. And Tari couldn't stop there. She's like, what you talking about? What you talking about? And then Thaddeus had to reveal that the sad story that his mother was the R word when she was only 11 years old. She had Thaddeus when she was 12, and he said his whole childhood was a wreck. But something interesting that Thaddeus said, which is what I always say. Thaddeus said once he went back in his life and found out the truth about his mother and realized that his mother was a child raising children. This is what I talk about. You've actually got to go back in your childhood stories and you've got to relook at these stories through now your adult eyes. And what Thaddeus realized was he had a lot of anger towards his mother when he was young. He said he and his mother didn't get along well. But once he got to become an adult, he realized, wow, my mother was only 12 years old raising children. And she was the R word. My mother deserves some grace. My mother deserves some forgiveness. My mother deserves a lot more than he was probably giving his mother when he was 17. Now, does that erase or negate the fact that he had a bad childhood? No, it doesn't. But at least what it does, it allows him to stop harboring so much anger towards his mother. And it moves him one step closer to probably understanding who he is now and how all those experiences shaped him and how he might want to not carry on any type of toxic behavior or any other trauma in his past life. So he knew right away when Tari was sitting over there telling him he was too good looking to jumble up his jeans, that girl, you're not talking about me. You must be talking about yourself. And sure enough, even though he sent Tari home this week, sure enough, we learned that Tari comes from a similar background, a background in which her mother had 11 or 12 kids herself, and many of those children were born out of the R word. This is what I'm saying. I believe Tari is probably from Africa. That's what I'm thinking off the top. I've never really heard her say where she's from, but this is what I'm thinking. And so it's unfortunate that her mother went through that as well. And what she is saying is, even though the children, her brothers and sisters, were born out of such a vicious and violent act, that her mother still kept the children. But in the end, the trauma surrounding that in Tari's life is real. And so when Thaddius sent her home, he said, there is no way that you could love me while you're dealing with the type of trauma you have. You need to go get healed first before you're going to be prepared to love anyone. Thank you, Thaddius. It is what I preach on my channel so often, that many people want to move forward in life really fast. But what a lot of people need to do is go back first, heal their past, understand their past, put it in perspective. So when you're moving forward, you can leave it in the past, or at least put it in its rightful place. So, you know what? I thought it was very interesting. I really did. And I hope along the way, someone else learns some lessons. But you know who ain't learning no lessons? Tyson. Tyson is like, how old is Tyson now, y'all? Is he 50 or 55 years old? He is 50 or 55 years old, whatever it is. He acts like a 21-year-old. He's around here doing lists for everyone, putting everybody in an hour time slot. The list is a joke. It really, really, really is a joke. And the interesting thing about it is Jennifer wasn't even Tyson's perfect match. Jennifer's perfect match was Carlos. Tyson's perfect match was the other young lady. I forget her name already. But Tyson ain't even interested in her. Not one bit. And I don't even know why the matchmaker thought that woman would be a perfect match for Tyson. She's not. Tyson don't want no woman her age. Now they're talking about what Tyson needs. Honestly, I think that woman is still a little bit too proper for Tyson. I don't see the perfect match. She says she got an 86% success rate. I ain't seeing it here and now. And Tyson wanted to let that woman know, oh, her name is Allison. Her name is Allison. He wanted to let her know right away that you're not my match. I don't care what that matchmaker said, because Tyson says, I see that big old scar on your body, but I just want you to know that I'm outgoing. I like adventure and I like risk taking. So if you scared now because you got hurt in an accident, you really not going to be for me. He was really trying to tell her that I'm not interested in you in that way. I don't care what that matchmaker said. But Allison told them the story about how she got the scar when she was bike riding. She said she thinks she'll get back on a bike, but it don't matter. It does not matter. Tyson is not interested in her. And who Tyson is really interested in is Jennifer. That's who she's interested in. And Jennifer has Janae wound up real tight. Janae is over there sliding down the wall, and all her insecurities are coming out. She's getting triggered. And now what she's being clingy to Carlos, and Carlos don't like it. Carlos talking about, I see a new side of you. He does not like it. When he asked Jennifer to go get him a drink, Janae sat over there and said, Jennifer, you can go get yourself an Uber and sit in the Uber and never come back. Janae is being a mean girl. She is a real mean girl. You know, Thaddius and Carlos had a conversation, and they both said that although Jennifer was supposedly matched with Carlos, they both can definitely see that Jennifer is Tyson's type from the head to the toe. But they say they believe that Tyson's going to need a woman that can reel him in and hold him accountable. Who is that going to be? He's been out here in these streets now for 50 or 55 years, whatever it is, and no one has been able to reel him in yet and tie him down. So who do we think that's going to be? Why is it on a woman to hold him accountable? He's too old to need a woman to hold him accountable. Crazy. Really, really crazy. Well, anyway, at this pool party, all the ladies were looking good in their swimsuits. Tari showed up in her Nefertiti wig. And then Dr. Clea came back. I think her name is Dr. Clea. She came back. And when she came back, she noticed that everybody was booed up. She says, "Ooh, I thought I was going to come over there and get some time with Thaddius." But next thing you know, Thaddius is over there booed up with Ariel. Ariel. But Ariel and Tari had a run-in the pool. You see, what Thaddius picked up on Tari is that Tari has anger embedded deep in her. The way she gets in it with women, she gets in it. She gets in it with them. And she doesn't really need to get in it with them. But these young ladies also let Tari run them the wrong way. But Thaddius didn't like that little exchange that Ariel had with Tari. He felt that Ariel handled it the wrong way. He felt that your beef was with me. Why are you sitting here beefing in front of everybody else? Because Ariel was getting mad because once Carlos and Thaddius saw that Tyson had a whole list with appointment times, they said, "Well, I guess we ought to have a list too." And Ari said, what for? You just trying to copy Tyson. You not even being your authentic self. This is what Ariel said in front of all these ladies and to Thaddius. And I'm going to tell you right now, Thaddius didn't like it. He didn't like it one bit. He didn't like it so much that he pulled her aside and said, "That's not queen behavior. What are you doing? That's not how you handle situations. That's not how you handle a situation in which you even disagree with me." But what something was interesting about Ariel, she said she don't want to be silent. She don't want to be with a man who tries to tame her tongue. Well, here's the thing, Ariel. No one's saying that you can't be outspoken. No one's saying that you can't have an opinion. I just think that there's a time and a place, and it's how you do it. And I think Thaddius had a point. Your anger or your disagreement was with Thaddius. So if your disagreement is with Thaddius, you should have had the conversation with Thaddius. But what you did was you tried to have it in a group so you could look like the big girl in front of all these women. That's what I think. I think that Ariel was trying to show these women that, listen, I'm not going to let these men just run over me. I'm going to speak up. Well, you can speak up, but you can speak up in a different type of way. And but you know what? Thaddius checked her real good. He checked her real good. In the end, he put her on his bottom and she was sitting up there at the elimination table. But he kept her. In the end, he told her, "You know what? You're not going to have to go home tonight, but you better watch your mouth." I know he said you better watch your mouth. And she was happy that she didn't have to go home from there. But you know what? I think Dr. Clea is not a match for Thaddius also. I think Thaddius does want a woman who is a bit more assertive, as he says. He even calls it aggressive sometimes. And although he likes the PhD qualities and the doctor qualities, I should say, of the doctor and her intellect, I think he really enjoys that. Part of Thaddius also, he wants a spunky woman. That's what he wants. See, he liked Dr. Shauna before she went home because she was spunky. And I think he likes Ariel because she's also spunky. But Dr. Clea, I don't think that she's spunky. I think she's pretty buttoned up. And sure, she's confident. She's a doctor. So I'm not even seeing her as a perfect match for Thaddius, to be honest with you. I really don't see it. But you know what? Thaddius said, although he likes a spunky woman, he doesn't want a woman where he's got to run around and apologize for her because she doesn't know how to control her feelings. And basically he told Ariel, you was all up in your feelings. And what he told her was, instead of listening, you were too busy responding to your feelings. And you know what? You could tell Thaddius has been to a lot of therapy. He's probably had to go because of what happened to him in his life. And I'm telling you, his emotional intelligence is starting to rank up there pretty high with me. And what he told Ariel is, I'm going to tell you something, Ariel. I understand that you were upset, but you started speaking from your emotion and you stopped thinking from a place that maybe if you read the room and surveyed the landscape, you would have done it a lot differently. He says sometimes you have to try to listen to people, understand their point of view before you just respond based on your own feelings. I thought it was some good advice for Ariel. She did. I don't think she liked it. I don't think she liked it one bit. So I'm not for sure she's going to be able to fit into the box that it seems like Thaddius may want to put her. I don't know if she's going to be able to do it. But also Tyson, we can't put him in a box either. He running around, flirt with all the women, with all his appointments. Eventually, he sent Kat home. Kat didn't make it. She was having a full-out breakdowns, meltdowns. She could not handle the competition. She said she was very uncomfortable. She couldn't be her authentic self, so she had to go home. And he said, you know what? If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, you need to get out the kitchen. And she said, you're right. I'm going home. Tyson is immature when it comes to dating. He really is, because the minute the Kat went home, he went right over to the board and crossed her name out. He's so petty. He like, I don't want to make you no hostage. I don't want you to be where you don't want to be. He wasn't interested to her anyway. Not at all, and not one bit. But who he is still interested in is Felicia. He's interested in Felicia, and Felicia's over here trying to let these ladies know, this is my man, my man, my man. She walking around letting everybody know it. And she's also getting up under the skin of certain people. And the people I'm telling you about she got up under was the Sarah. I can't believe Sarah let Felicia get to her like that. Just because Felicia said that Tyson is her man. Sarah got all upset. So much into her feelings that she went over there to try to tell Tyson something about herself, and Tyson flipped it on her and told her, I'm not the problem, you the problem. And next thing you know, she was in the bottom too. Tyson said, sorry, don't be coming up here starting no mess. If you can't handle Felicia, then that's your problem. He tried to tell Felicia to tone it down, and Felicia said, don't be telling me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then Tyson, all he did was sit over there and look at her boobs and play with her bathing suit and say, okay, whatever you have to say. Because what Tyson said is he does not like conflict at all. He's a people pleaser. So he doesn't know how to say no to any woman. So instead of drawing boundaries and saying no to women and really narrowing down the field, he decides, I'm going to try to please everyone and have appointments for everyone and flirt with everyone and kiss on everyone, because I want everybody to feel loved. I want everybody to love me. Tyson is like a puppy dog. Who could be the girlfriend, the wife of Tyson? Who would put up with his behavior? Do you really believe that if Tyson had a steady girlfriend, he would stop all this flirting? He would stop all this tending to a bunch of women at one time? No, because Tyson loves it. He loves the attention. He loves the ego stroking and everything. You would think after all these years of being so damn fine, he wouldn't need so much attention. You've been getting attention your whole life, Tyson. You don't think you can pull back on the tension just a little bit? Not at all? Nah, not Tyson. Not at all. But you know what? He got his hands full with Sarah and his hands full with Felicia. In the end, he had Sarah in his bottom, but he didn't send her home. She didn't have to go home. But the other lady that did go home was Steph. Steph had to go home. Carlos sent her home. And we knew she was going to go home because Carlos is not interested in anyone except Janae, and now he got his eye on Jennifer. But I don't even think Jennifer want to be with him. I really don't. So Janae, I really don't think you got that much competition, because I don't think Janae wants Boozer. I really don't think he does. But that's how it all ended, y'all. We'll have to see how this ends. Right now, to be honest with you, I don't see a match on this show for any of these people. Even though Carlos is all into Janae, I don't see her as a match either. She can't handle it. She's not going to be able to handle it one bit. Not at all. I don't see it. I think she's going to end up being another cat. She ain't going to be able to take it. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. That's my wrap up for this episode, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.